Somebody's up in here. I don't know who it is, but I salute to whoever's up in here. A lot of shit going on. A lot of stuff. Crazy stuff. Weird stuff. A lot of James Bond type shit. A lot of Breakfast Club type shit. There's all kinds of weird shit going on. Like, did any of you, there's only one of you in here, but if you watch it later, did any of you see the photo of the person who supposedly tried to take the life of Donald Trump? Did anybody see the photo of this guy? That'll be my first question when I get a few people up in here. You know what I mean? Like, did anybody see the photo of this guy and who he looks like? And it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Whenever there's some stuff like this going on, it's almost like there's always a patsy involved. Almost like there's always some kind of foul shit going on. There's always something going on, right? There's always something at play that not everybody can see. Not everybody can read between the lines, and you're like, well, what the fuck's going on? And of course, a lot of people taking it at face value. They just don't want him to be president, right? So they're trying to get him and wipe him off the map. But there's more than meets the eye. There's so much more shit going on. It's crazy, but check this out. Nobody's talking about Diddy anymore, right? Nobody's talking about Diddy anymore. There's one way to get the heat off of Diddy, right? In the grand scheme of things, of everything, the way the puppet masters pull the strings, okay? Somebody's watching. I don't know who it is, but somebody's in the cut. Hey, whoever you are, thank you, because you're like my lone viewer right now. So, people tend to watch these after the fact, and it's cool. I like to interact with folks live, and just shoot the shit sometimes, talk about some real shit. Oh, what's up, bro? It's Harun. What's up, man? I just hopped on, waiting for some folks to hop up on here so we could talk about some stuff, because it's just some crazy shit going on right now. And man, hold on, the message from one of my cousins real quick. How you guys doing out there, though? What's up? Oh, you driving to San Jose? San Jose. That's how you could tell a motherfucker's from California, and we say San Jose. Big Mo, what's up? What's up, man? Harun, Big Mo. And there's like 4 people, but I can only see a couple of you in the comments. And yeah, it's just it's so much divide right now going on. There's so much crazy shit going on. Let me tell you something. If anybody believes, this is my thing. I don't believe that dude that tried to blow Trump's wig, try to blow his wig off his shoulders, try to split his wig. I don't know how the fuck did he get over there and get up there and nobody's seen him? And whenever they have these conventions, they have helicopters that survey everything around there, and they didn't see the dude setting. No one saw the dude. It just kind of reminds me a little bit of that. Remember Paddock in Vegas? Remember that Vegas shooting? I mean, it's not the same because it's a whole different setting, and he was shooting into a concert and all that, and shooting from the window or whatever, but there's always some shit. It's never just straight up exactly, okay, somebody just tried to kill the president. There's always some other shit with it. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is, like, the dude looks like Michael Anthony Thomas from The Breakfast Club. When they put the dude's photo up and they showed, like, who the hell it was that tried to just split fucking Trump's wig, it's like, bro, like, man, I don't know. And then I heard that some folks were saying that there's a Raider channel out there, and they're saying they didn't want to speak on what happened with Trump or anything because they don't got time for religion or politics. Now, look, I'm not a religious person, and I'm not a political person. But at some point, even the regular folks, the hardworking folks, the blue-collar folks like ourselves, the ones who fucking do whatever they got to do to make ends meet, to take care of their family, and we're not necessarily out there all peaches and cream right now, you have to pay attention to the religion and the politics, because that's what's running all this right now, supposedly, right? That's what's We know it controls it to a certain point, right? To a certain extent. There's just so much. Like, I think this dude's a patsy. This Michael, what was his name? Thomas, Michael, I forgot the Crooks, right? Thomas, Michael Crooks. And he looks like Michael Anthony Thomas from the Breakfast Club and the old summer vacation and shit, right? Derek, week one. Okay, Derek, week one. I don't know who you are, but I agree with you agreeing with me. And thank you for being up in here. Thank you for tapping in real quick. But yeah, I don't know. And they're saying that the bullet didn't get him, right? It was glass fragments from like a screen or something that a bullet ricocheted off of, is what they're saying. That's what hit Trump. And to me, the secrets, I've watched the movie. I was gonna say the movie. I've watched the video over and over and over, that snippet of him with the shots ringing out and then ducking the Secret Service. Everybody keeps saying the Secret Service was on top of this. And no, they weren't. They weren't. There's video of Secret Service snipers, their counter snipers, looking at him, and they don't take action till after he starts letting loose. Till after he starts letting bullets fly, then they're taking action after the fact. It doesn't make no sense. Why, if you see him, why are you waiting for him to start shooting? Are you in on this? Are you being paid off? Has China, Russia, any of these other politicians got in your back pockets? If I'm Trump, I don't fucking trust none of these motherfuckers right now. You got it, Trump. Listen to me, bro. If you get this video, somehow, some way you happen to see it, which it probably won't happen, but somehow, some way, Trump, I'm speaking to you. You got to go full Tupac Shakur on this one, bro. Like when he got shot over there in New York, Quad Studios, after that, he didn't trust none of those motherfuckers out there. You can't trust nobody, Trump. You cannot trust nobody. You can only trust your own people, maybe all the way through, because even some of them might be bought at some point. Because if this is exactly what we're seeing, which is they were trying to murder him because they don't want him to be president, what do you think they'll do to you and me? What do you guys think they will do to us? Right? Yep. Exactly. Big Mo. And you understand, being ex-military, everything around there is checked out, and they make sure everything checks out in the vicinity. Let me tell you something. Donald Trump, years before he was president, years before he even went into political office, this was like mid-90s. He bought some land out in Fresno, California, where I'm from, out in the boonies in the county, and he was going to turn it into a fucking country club, golfing country club. He was going to build a big old golf course and everything. They were calling it the Running Horse Ranch or some shit like that. Running Horse Ranch Golf Country Club is what it was going to be called. And Trump was funding it all. Well, when he went out to the city to go look at the land and all that, they had better security there for that than they did here. And he's already been the president before. He's got all this fucking hatred coming at him, everything getting thrown at him, and you motherfuckers are just laid back. I mean, to me, they took forever to get to the motherfucking stage. And I know that they got there like within a second or two, but to me, that's too long. That's too long. And for them to not see what was going on across, the counter snipers to not see, one or two things. They're in on it, and they knew what was going on, and they were hoping he would get him first, and they would get him afterwards, like he would hit Trump, and then they'll hit him. Is that what the fuck was going on here? Yeah. Big Mo. Yep. Exactly. That's why I said he's got to go Tupac right now, where he's got to find that nucleus of folks that he can trust, and he's got to move with them and only them, and no new people can come in. It's just us, and we need beefed up motherfucking security times 10 everywhere we go, because all this is going to do, believe it or not, there's some dumb motherfucker out there, or two or three of them, that's seen this, and they're like, They're actually thinking maybe they could probably get away with this, or they don't probably even want to get away with it. Maybe they just want to try to do it. And to me, that's chicken shit. And to me, that's low level energy. And to me, that's evil energy. And if that doesn't tell you what that represents, people trying to take out Trump, what that represents, the energy that is coming against Trump, this is biblical. This is in the Bible. This is in the Bible. Now, I'm not going to go as far. Yeah, Trump's not Jesus, right? Trump's not a prophet. Is he a time traveler? I don't know. I've read books about the guy. Yeah, I saw that video, bro. And they were just like looking at him, right? Big Mo? Yeah, I seen that. And it's like, they didn't knock these are professional. That dude wasn't even a professional sniper, right? And he was able to get shots off before the snipers got him. The professional Secret Service motherfucking federal motherfucking snipers. And it's crazy, bro. They're all in on it. This is like a whole Tupac situation again, but this time on a whole different level in terms of still, yes, great, the same impact. Pac wasn't a president or nothing like that, but that was a man of the people, right? Trump is a man of the people. These guys have great impacts on people. And right now, the love that's coming in for Trump right now is the most love he's ever gotten ever in his life or in politics. And I will bet my bottom dollar on that. And it's like Pac. When he got out of prison and he went to death row and he dropped the double CD, All Eyes on Me, everybody was watching him. Everybody was on him. They never took their eyes off him. He was the biggest thing cracking, the biggest thing moving, the best show on earth. And right now, the best show on earth is Donald Trump. And I don't say show as in like Hollywood. No. What I mean is now everybody's watching. If they weren't watching before and they were on the fence about think about this. If people were on the fence about who they were going to vote for, have you seen the videos on Instagram and shit like that? People that were on the fence are like, oh, I didn't know who I was going to vote for. It was so hard. I voted for Biden last time, or I voted for Trump and I'm on the fence and I don't know. Now a lot of these people are like, I'm definitely voting for Trump because I see what's going on. I see what they're trying to do. And we cannot interact with that side. We have to go over here. Trump is so beloved right now. Yeah. Boom Cat. You on? Yes. Yes, Derek, week 1. Yes, Derek, week 1, you are right. Boom Cat, you guys are right. You guys are right. These motherfuckers are playing chess, bro. They're fucking so many moves ahead. And the moves that were involved within those moves, like a reaction of those moves that they were counting on a while back, a few moves back, like a civil war and shit, people are smartening up and they're not falling for it. And to those out there that been awake, and to the ones that just waking up, and I don't mean woke, I mean awake, and there's a difference, you feel me? To those, welcome. To folks like us that have been awake for years, and to the new folks, welcome. We need more. Everybody needs to wake up. Everybody needs to stand up. That's the only way the monopoly board is going to fall. That's the only way this shit is going to fall. These motherfuckers are definitely making power moves, Boom Cat. No fucking doubt. No doubt. These motherfuckers got, they got it down. It's a science. Their script is hundreds of years, written out in hundreds of years and hundreds of chapters, and they know what they're doing, and they're keeping the herd calm as they can. And then they take a weird shot. Bam. They try to shoot one of the cattle, hoping the rest of the cattle get scared, right? Oh no, please. None of us are scared. Trump has so much love right now. He's got millions of people that will go to war for him. Trump has millions and millions of people, not that just want to vote for him, that will go to fucking war for that guy. When we saw what happened to him yesterday, we saw our uncles, we saw our dads, we saw our brothers, we saw our grandfathers, and I'm not talking about the money, and I'm not talking about the status. What I'm talking about is we saw one of our own folks, what they think about us. We've been knowing what they think about us, and they need to get him out of the way because he's the one trying to bring us back at least to decency, because this right now, it's a cesspool. We're not even in we have no decency right now as a country. It's a motherfucking cesspool because we've allowed these motherfuckers behind the scenes to infiltrate. We've allowed these lobbyists to pay these motherfuckers off. We've allowed other countries to pay these son of a bitches off, and they're doing whatever the fuck these other countries are telling them to do, probably like China. I don't think Russia's got anything to do with this, but I wouldn't doubt China because China don't give a fuck. China does not care. They're doing whatever they got to do to empower themselves. They're doing whatever they got to do to empower their youth. While our youth is busy here, boys and girls trying to twerk on TikTok, and trying to meet boyfriends and girlfriends at 12 and 13 years old, and worrying about drinking and smoking, and worrying about dropping out, and worried about a pride flag and all this shit. The kids in these other countries are being taught to arm, disarm weapons, to take them apart, to put them back together again, to clean them, to use firearms. They're learning how to shoot. They're learning hand-to-hand combat. Why do you think that is? Don't you see, by generation, we are weakening. We've been allowing all this politically correct, woke bullshit. We've been allowing it to soften us up as a people. Now, I know some people ain't going to like this, and I don't mean to offend people when I say this. But what I mean by that is because when it comes to defending our people in 20, 30 years, who's going to be here defending this country? It's not going to be here anymore. Because the children that are learning to do the TikTok twerks, and that are learning to do stupid shit and not paying attention to nothing, but want to be like the rappers, they want to be like Meg Thee Stallion, or they want to be like fucking Tekashi 69, want to be like Lefty Gunplay, they want to be like Jay-Z, they want to be like Diddy, they want to be like Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, they want to be like all these motherfuckers they see on TV, they want to be like LeBron James, they want to be like all these motherfuckers that don't give a fuck about you. They are all part of the motherfucking club that me and you are not a part of. There you go again. Outlaw, you were correct. Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. And weak men create hard motherfucking times. And it's the truth. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's polarizing, Big Mo. They're acting like they're hard, but they really ain't about that motherfucking shit. They ain't about that life. We've allowed our children to be soft. We've allowed our young men to be soft and get soft. We've allowed our young women to forget who they are, that they're women, God's greatest creation. We are men, God's other greatest creation. Together, nothing can stop us. That's why they've made it a motherfucking plan for years to make sure they separate the homes, they separate the household, they separate the men and women. That's why they push same-sex relationships. That's why they push same-sex marriage. They don't want more people like us thinking like us, because then they're in fucking trouble. Outlaw, Big Mo, Boomcat, Derek, you motherfuckers are all right. You guys are all right. Everyone's right. We're all on the same fucking page here. You feel me? What's going on, bro? What's up? You need something? Hold on, my son's right here. You need something? You okay?
There's a wall of dust out there.
Okay, we'll check it out when I'm done. Okay, give me a few minutes, all right?
Okay.
You don't go out there by yourself, and you make sure if you do want to go out there, your uncle or your sister, your cousin, go with you. Okay, I'll be out in a little bit.
I'm sorry, Dad.
It's okay, mijo. It's not a big problem. You're good. He's all embarrassed.
Because I think you would do a retake.
No, it's okay. It's not a big deal, Papa. You're not interrupting anything. We're right here chilling. My son's autistic. He's 13 years old, so he's very sensitive, and he knew that I was in here recording, right? So he's opening the door real slow, and he's just looking all tentative, And hey, yeah. And he was just telling me because there's dust outside. We get the dust storms out here in Phoenix. And he's telling me he just always. My son loves the weather. He's always filling me in on the weather constantly, nonstop. Dad, it's this much degrees. Dad, it's gonna rain. Dad, he's my weatherman. I don't even need a fucking weather app with my son. Yeah, man. What's up, June? What's up?
Will you unclog the toilet when you're done?
Oh, you clogged it up?
What? When you're done with your video, will you flush and unclog that toilet?
You clogged it up? It wasn't clogged a while ago. Who did it?
I haven't flushed it yet.
Oh, shit. You clogged it up. All right. Yeah. Give me a few minutes. Yeah. Fucking Junior. Hey, you guys caught some. This is everyday life with my son. Dad, I just clogged the toilet up. Okay. Because I feed my son a lot of blueberries. I feed him a lot of vitamin C, so he'd be taking dumps. And we got like our pressure system here is not as strong like is it in other places I lived in. So sometimes you got to flush it 2-3 times and you got to plunge that motherfucker and then it goes through. And I hate that shit. Old motherfucking pipes. But yeah, this fool, I'm in here doing a live about Donald Trump and he walks in and says, if I can go unclog the toilet. Hey, he was talking about Joe Biden and that administration in there, unclogging the toilet. He was right on cue. That's good shit, Junior. I mean, no pun intended, but yeah. Yeah, my son, though, man. I've had him all of his life. I had him for 13 years. He was born in 2011, and I took custody of him when he was 2 months old. So he's been with me his whole life, and he changed my life. And yeah, I'm here right now. So I thank him and I thank the Lord, because if God, wouldn't have made this happen, because I never thought I was going to be a dad for a lot of reasons. Not because I couldn't have kids, but just my situation and the way that I wasn't really going to be ever steady with another woman after I got into my divorce. I was like, I'm just going to do whatever. I don't plan on having kids now. But God knows what you need in your life. God knows what the fuck we need in our life. I'll tell you that much, man. And yeah, man. Trump, man, they tried to blow his motherfucking wig off his shoulders. They tried. And people talk shit about his hair, but you know what I mean? His hair wasn't too bad after that. It's just crazy. I just keep playing it back when he reached up to his ear when he got hit with the fragments, right, of that screen or whatever, and how he went down. And the Secret Service to me was just, it was above average. It wasn't like the best in the world. Oh, yeah, they were on it. They seen him across and took him out before he even had a chance. That would have been the Secret Service on top of shit. Yep. That's right. You want to hear God laugh? Tell him your plans. That's right. Exceeded the 10-pound limit. Yeah. Yeah, fucking June. Man, I just feel like when it comes to that sniper or the whatever the fuck, he wasn't a sniper. He just some fucking Call of Duty playing motherfucker in the basement, eating hot dogs, Pop-Tarts, and fucking drinking Mountain Dews all day, going to work and coming home and just fantasizing. It's crazy, though, how they said he was a registered Republican and all that and this and that. I think the dude, he either planned it for a long time or whoever was coercing him in it had him leaving this trail of wanting to be a Republican, but that donation to the Democratic Party, it kind of just lets you know where his motherfucking heart really was and what he was really trying to do and what he was trying to accomplish. Armor wig, yep. It didn't move, man. He got up, and that picture of him saying fight with the blood on him. If you didn't know what had happened and you were just looking at the video with no sound on it, you would think those guys were taking him away to jail the way, because the way they were grabbing him, they were trying to be aggressive, of course, to get him out of there. Trump wanted us, still talk and shit and crazy. Yep. Show did. Yeah, man. It's at the end of the day, what I think, I hope I'm wrong. But what I think, don't be surprised if we see something like this again, but in a different way. A lot of these people cross the border. We don't know who the fuck they are. We can basically take a guess. They're involved with the military somehow. These guys could start blowing shit up. These guys could start sniping people out. These guys could start doing. This could be just the start. Like I said last night, this could be the start to a bunch of shit that's going to be coming left and right so fast that people aren't going to have a chance to think, and you're just going to have to roll off instinct. Big Mo, you are correct. Outlaw, Boomcat, Big Mo, thank you guys for being up in here, man. I just, I don't know, man. And that Tom Macdonald, I don't know if you guys, I know some of you here follow Macdonald, but not everybody. But I know the ones here right now, I'm sure you guys do. And you guys seen what he dropped, right? You guys seen what he dropped today. You missed, right? Bitch, you missed. If that shit wasn't one of the coldest motherfucking songs, it just happened. It didn't take him a week. It didn't take him 3 weeks, a month. He dropped that shit this morning, right? And it was fire. But everybody's stuck on Ice Spice. Everybody's stuck on, all these other motherfuckers out there right now on the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef. They not like us. They're all stuck on all that is a low vibrational energy. It's a low vibrational energy. Everything that Tom is speaking on You Missed, on Bitch You Missed, is a matter of fact. It's straight up in your face. It's against the establishment. It's against the motherfucking swamp. It's against all that is evil, and it is for all that is right. That motherfucking Secret Service, they had to be in on that shit. I'm telling you, they had to be in on it. And people, like I said before in that reaction from the Tom Macdonald song that he dropped earlier, Bitch You Missed. Tom Macdonald is single-handedly becoming, or has become, the soundtrack of this psycho-political generation that we're in. Yes, you heard it here. You heard that word here. Psycho-political generation that we are living in when it comes to the United States of America. Yup. Sure as fuck did. And you know what? This psycho-political generation that we're living in, it's all about cutting. It's all about cutting weight. It's all about cutting your losses. It's all about cutting back. It's all about lightening the load. It's all about depopulation. Always comes down to it. In the end, that's what it comes down to, and that's all they're fucking doing. And that's all they've been doing. You're right, Outlaw. Fuck yeah, Big Mo. Boomcat. Yeah, that Secret Service, That was more like service from the Denny's on 99 and Olive in Fresno, California. That motherfucking service was garbage. How they say back in Boston, it was garbage, man. That was fucking garbage, I tell you. Fucking garbage. It's fucking garbage. Yep, the Georgia Guidestones under 500 million. That's correct. And they're doing everything in their power to achieve that. They are doing everything in their power to achieve that. That is the goal. Regardless whether people want to believe it or not, that is why everything is in place this way, because it has to go intricately. It can't go straight out in your face, because then we're going to blow up and they're never going to make it to their bunkers. Keep it a buck. If we find out what's going on ahead of time and everything goes ape shit, none of these people make it to their bunkers. And that's what they are mostly worried about, making it to their bunkers while they still got a motherfucking chance to. That's all they're worried about. Look, I'm going to tell you guys a story real quick. And then I got to go unclog that toilet because my son done plugged that motherfucker up. And I was doing Uber and Lyft a couple years ago in Phoenix. Okay. We got the NBA teams. We got the Phoenix Suns. You got the Arizona Cardinals in Glendale, right? And then you got the Arizona Diamondbacks. And then you got the soccer teams. And then you got the college teams. There's a lot cracking off in the Phoenix metropolitan area and all the cities around it. There's a lot of stuff going on. So you pick up a lot of people. One night, it was during the Super Bowl. A lot of people were in town, right? Even people that athletes and their families that ain't even from here, like basketball athletes. Okay, I picked up these two girls from the Hilton in downtown Phoenix, and it was probably like 10:30 at night, and it was like that Friday of the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl was coming up in 2 days, right? And it was that Friday at 10:30 at night. I picked up these two ladies, and they were dressed really nice, and they were younger females, dressed really nice, looked like they had some. They get in the car. I'm driving them from the Regency Hyatt or the Hilton, one of those downtown. I'm driving them from there all the way to Scottsdale. Well, I picked them up. They get in. Hey, how you doing? I'm cool. Whatever. I had the music low, whatever. And then we're going, I'm minding my business, driving, paying attention to the road. I got my little music on low, but you can hear them talking, and they're talking fairly loud, and they obviously don't care that I can hear. A lot of people do that. A lot of people do that when I would be giving rides. They didn't give a fuck that I could hear. They're talking so loud, and some of them be saying some crazy shit, and you can hear it, and you're just like, and they'll get out the phone. They'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. There's no way to be quiet about, this conversation in the car. I'm like, all right, you could have just texted the person or whatever. But anyways, I'm not going to be a hard ass. So I'm like, I understand. But it's just awkward sometimes. Well, they start talking, right? And they were talking about how one of the girls was talking about one of the guys she's dating. They're in Scottsdale right now, and they're with players from the Golden State Warriors. And she goes, the girl that she was telling, her homegirl, she goes, oh, who's there? Which players are there? And she goes, oh, I don't know. I'm gonna find out right now. And she goes, she gets on the phone. She calls. She goes, hey, my girl want to know which ballers is there from the Warriors. And they said something. And she goes, Draymond. And she said a couple other names, right? And she goes, okay, all right, cool. Yeah, we're on our way. We're like 15 minutes away. All right, cool. And she goes, damn, they there. I didn't know it was going to be like that. I knew we was going to have a crazy time, right? This and that. She goes, yeah. The girl that made the call, she starts talking about, yeah, this motherfucker crazy. Like, I've been fucking with him for like 6 months already. And like, he got money, just got the new contract. She's not saying his name, but she's like, he just, he got the new contract, and he been playing really good the last couple of years. So he's been making more money than he's made ever since he got in the NBA. And I be trying to tell him, man, you know what, you crazy, this and that. And he's like, no. She's like, he's spending so much money on that bunker in Ohio, in Akron, Ohio. That's what she said. She goes, he's spending so much money on that bunker in Akron, Ohio. And I'm like, and me, because I've been talking about this shit about bunkers and all this for 25 years. So I'm listening. I'm like, wait a minute. She goes, man, he already spent about $5 million, but it's plush and it's safe. And he says it could withstand bomb. It could withstand a nuclear fallout. It could withstand all kinds of shit. And like, he gave me the address. He said, if something ever happens, just make sure that I get out there. And if I get out there, I'm good. He'll let me in. And he said it's just him and his family and some close friends. He's got enough for about 75 people in there. And I was like, what the fuck? And her homegirl's like, what, a bunker for what though? Like, what the fuck's he expecting? You know, what is this motherfucker? What does he know something? She goes, I don't know, but the owners of these teams, they billionaires. They know everything that's going on. All these motherfuckers know what's going on, girl. You know how the fuck it is. These motherfuckers, they connected with everybody that runs everything all over the world. They know something. So I don't know what the fuck he knows, but he said he ain't the only player. There's a lot of players that have built a lot of bunkers. And why are these players building bunkers, but you never hear about it? And this is what she's saying in the car, and my heart's racing because I want to speak on it, but I can't. And so I'm letting her talk, and she's like, I told him, man, you crazy, this and that. And she's like, but, you know, he always paid for everything. He cool as fuck, you know what I mean? I like him, but I told him, shit, if something do go crazy, shit, then it is good to have a backup plan, you know, but that means I got to kind of be in the area out there in Ohio, and I ain't from Ohio, you know what I'm saying? I'm from she's from like LA or something, and she was just in Phoenix hanging out, right? And I guess they're like basketball groupies. That's what they are. They're basketball player groupies, right? And Super Bowl was over that weekend. There was all kinds of basketball players in town, football players, golfers, fucking entertainers. It was fucking crazy out here. I was picking up all kinds of motherfuckers. Made some good money too. But they're talking, and she's like, that really makes me scared because that means he knows something. He has to know something. So now the homegirl she's talking about is now getting on the skit. She's like, I try not to think about stuff like that. Yeah, there you go, ball bunnies. And she's like, I try not to think about stuff like that, but lately we've been seeing all this shit, and my grandma tell me we're in the last days. It's in Revelation. Read your Bible. And I'm like, I don't want to read this shit because I don't want to know, man. I'm just trying to have fun. You know what I mean? I ain't really trying to worry about this. And that's the problem with our fucking younger generation, is they think just like that. I don't care about none of this. I don't want to hear about none of it. I just want to have fun. I just want to live my life. I ain't trying to be fucking scared. That's the fucking problem right there. And what created this was the parents, technology, motherfucking music that they're pumping into the kids' ears, all this shit. All they give a fuck about is having fun happen. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to deal with it. They don't care. That's what I'm saying, Big Mo. All these, I try to tell people, bro, the athletes, all the big time athletes, all the big time musicians, they're all connected with the politicians. They're all in it together to keep us calm, to keep us docile. You know, like they used to do back in the Rome days, and they get everybody when you know crazy shit was about to happen or something. They get everybody in the Colosseum, right? And they'd have some shit going on in the Colosseum to entertain the peasants and shit, so that way nobody fucking knew what was happening, and then bam, shit would hit the fucking fan. So they're in it all together, and they've been in it all together, and that's why they pay them so much money. That's why they pay the athletes so much money. Hey, you guys are helping us keeping these people calm and docile and worried about sports and worried about this and worried about that. And the whole time they're not fucking like George Carlin said, the whole time you're worried about that, you're not fucking recognizing the big fucking the big red, white, and blue dick getting shoved up your motherfucking ass. That's George Carlin for you. George Carlin. They use religion and they use our beliefs against us to control us. They all work together. Outlaw, fuck yeah. Exactly, Outlaw. That's what I preach, man. That's why us folks, we need to buy from the mom and pop shops. We see somebody selling stuff, their yard sale, something we might be looking for, instead of buying it at Walmart for 40, 50, 60 bucks. You see a toaster there and they want $5, give it up. They got a coffee maker, buy $5, give it up to that person. We need more regular folk to regular folk transactions. We need to cut out these big fucking corporations that are using us like cattle to get rich, to get rich, to build their bunkers while we're fucking fucked off in the end. That's what they see. That's what they want. That's the vision that they have for their plan. That's dope, Outlaw. And you're right, my 2 cents. You guys are all right. Everybody's on the same wavelength here, and that's what's beautiful. It's crazy, but it's you know, It's this energy frequency that Trump has let off, which is confidence. Confidence, and that together we can all get it done, right? A team ain't worth the fuck without a great coach. A team, I don't give a fuck how many all-stars you got on it. If you ain't got a good leader of men, you ain't fucking going nowhere. And Trump, he's leading us. He's our leader. Damn, 200,000. Wow, Outlaw, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah, man. We've been trying to build our garden out here, but the sun is so hot. We got to go indoors. The sun is so hot. It's been killing our fucking plants. We've been trying to set up shade spots and all that, but it gets so hot, the dry heat. So we're able to salvage a few tomato plants and stuff like that, but other stuff doesn't really make it. So we're going to take it inside, have it climate controlled. Yes, Derek, you are right. Yep. Outlaw, you are correct, my friend. You know your shit. It's good to see people like that, man, and it's good to know there's people out there that still want to help other folks, because that's why this country is going to shit, because sports, entertainment, all these industries, the multimedia, the mainstream media, all they've taught is individualism. All they've taught is it's me, fuck you. All they've taught is I got more than you do. That's all they're teaching to everybody. That's all they're teaching. Nope, I got to be the man, fuck you. Nope, I'm the man, fuck you. I want to be the man. Look at me, look at me, look at me. Fuck you, don't look at them. Look at me, look at me. I want your attention. That's all the fuck that's been going on here. And no one's paying attention to the fucking real shit that's going on in the background, because all these new fresh faces and fresh asses that they keep throwing at everybody to see on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, on everything. All you see now is these young women. And now it's even more fucking disgraceful, because it's bad enough that prostitution is being glorified through hip hop when it comes to female rappers. When it comes, turn off ESPN. Fuck ESPN. I stopped watching that shit years ago. Outlaw, hey, we're all old school, bro, and that's what more people need to be. That old school we need to keep teaching that forward, because it's dying off. It's dying off. Nobody is teaching that anymore and carrying it out. So to those of you like Outlaw and everyone else that teach that shit, I commend you. I try to teach what I can and pass it down myself. And it's just going by the wayside. Our values, our morals, honor, integrity, respect, dignity, all those signs that I was talking about, I used to see in school when I was in elementary school in the classroom, and I would just look at them and stare at them and wonder why they just meant so much to me when I was looking at them. Didn't really understand why. I just like looking at them. Yes. And the problem is, bro, is the young ones that need to learn from us, they don't want to even have anything to do with what we got to say, because we're not shaking our ass or showing our titties. Right? We're not flossing a gang of money like this. We don't got bottles of Cristal. We're not driving a Lamborghini. We're not driving a Ferrari. We don't got a bunch of half-naked women around us. We're not flying to every different country every night. We're not selling out this show. So they don't want to listen to people like us, because we look boring and because we don't live that life. We don't have the money they have. We're nobody to say anything. We don't know shit. We don't know anything. That's how they look at us, because that's how they've been trained to look at people like us, that we're stupid, we're the enemy. Don't listen to them. They're crazy. They don't know what they're talking about. Listen to me. Listen to me. I got all the money. I won all these awards. I walk around in a thong showing my snatch and my ass all day long. I bend over and show my booty hole to the whole fucking world. Listen to me. I'm who you need to listen to. I know what the fuck you need to be doing right now. What you need to be doing is buying my CD, buying my makeup, and you need to go over there and suck as many dicks as you can tonight, because if you don't do that, then you ain't about shit. You ain't about your money, bitch. And while you suck those 10 dicks, make sure you fuck another 20. And then to all the guys out out there. Make sure you're out there tricking all your money off on all these women. Because if you're not in the club with a bottle and a big chain and you're not out here going like this, you ain't shit either. And they're all fucking wrong. Every last motherfucking one of them. Yep. Hey, I wanted to write this song years ago, but I never knew how people would take it. It's called NPCs, Bots, and Zombies. And this was right before motherfucking COVID came in. And I got it written somewhere in my notebooks. I'm still old school. I write in the notebook. NPCs, bots, and zombies. Non-player characters, robots, and zombies. That's all we got now. That's all we got now. The folks like us, we are the last of a dying breed. I believe when COVID came, it was implemented here to kill off our older folks that taught us all these core values. They're the ones like the last line that taught, that carried it, passed it down, and they carried it to us, and we're trying to pass it down, but there's hardly anyone to pass it down to. Nobody wants to fucking listen no more because they've been brainwashed. They've been brainwashed with the fucking root of all evil, which is cash money. They've been brainwashed with it. And it's fucking sad to see a 12, 13-year-old girl walking the streets with a 25-year-old man, and she's got her ass cheeks hanging out, and everybody's walking by like nothing's going on, and he's selling her. He's got her for sale. He's got her drugged up for sale, and it happens everywhere. And then, man, let me tell you this shit, bro. Another story about when I was doing Uber and Lyft a couple years ago. I ran into a lot of things, crazy things. I was on a streak, and if you know anything about Uber or Lyft, when you're driving in Lyft, they give you like every 3 rides for this fucking hour right here, this 1 hour bracket. Every 3 rides will give you an extra $15. We'll give you an extra 21 or 27 bucks. I was on this one. Yeah, They Live is dope. That's what started me, bro. V, They Live, and who remembers the motherfucking series V, The Visitors from the 80s? Watch that shit. And Randall, what's up, man? Big Mo, Appalachian Outlaw, Boomcat, all you guys up in this motherfucker. Now, when I was fucking doing Uber, man, check this shit out, bro. When I was doing Lyft, I was on a streak, and I had to give one more ride. I had been driving for like 7-8 hours already. That night, I probably made, it was like $425 or something I was at that point. I was killing it, right? And I was, that ride was going to be my last ride to complete the 3 rides for the plus the $27, plus whatever that last ride's going to pay. So this last ride, I was in Scottsdale, but like at the little kind of lower Scottsdale, like right before you get into the 10, right? Coming down Scottsdale Road, which would be Rural Road, I think. I think it's rural. I might be tripping because I'm not that familiar yet, but I'm familiar. Scottsdale Road. It's Scottsdale Road. My bad. And I seen the ride was right there in these little kind of ghetto-ish apartments compared to Scottsdale. You know, they were kind of run down a little bit, and you got to pull into a long alley and pick them up through the back. So I'm coming. It's like 1:30 in the morning. It's like a Friday night, I want to say. I pull up, and I just see a shadow coming out. There's no lights, and it comes in front of the car. I see it's a youngster, probably 15, 16, right? And he gets in the car, and he's like, "Thank you for waiting, sir." And I said, "Oh, yeah, no problem, man." You know, and I'm like, I'm seeing, you know, I accept the ride, and it gives me the route, and I'm like, I see exactly where he's going. I'm like, is he going home? Because he's going to a really bad area. He's going to 23rd and fucking 23rd Avenue and Indian School. In those little apartments and all the gas station and all that bad shit that goes on right there. If you know Phoenix, and you know 23rd Ave and fucking Indian School is right before you get to 27th Ave and Indian, all that's fucked up right there. Hey, Derek, straight up, that's why my son's been homeschooled as well, for the same reasons. Anyways, I picked this kid up, this young boy, and he gets in the car, you know, and I'm cool because I'm gonna drop him off on 23rd Ave and Indian School, and at the time I was staying right there off of 43rd and McDowell in the little Paisa area right there. Nothing but working class Mexicans stay there. My brother-in-law, my sister, I was staying with them at the time. And, you know, I'm like, okay, I'll drop him off and I'll go. So as we go and we start to get on the 10, he's like, "How are you doing, you know, tonight, sir?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm doing good, man. How you doing, man?" He's like, "Oh, I'm okay. My mom's at work and my friend wanted me to come over to spend the night with them." And I was like, "I'm bored. I really didn't want to go, but Yeah, I said, in the end, he was bugging me and he really wanted me to go. You know, he's bugging me, texting me, come on, come on, come on, come on. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess, I'll go and then I'll come back tomorrow or I'll come back in the morning. And I'm like, it's 1:30. Like, you're going to go back in a few hours? I was just thinking, I'm like, well, it's not my business, whatever. So he's just talking and I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then I'm like, so your mom's at work and she know where you're going? He's like, yeah, she knows where I'm going. And she knows you're just my friend, and my mom works all night and I'm there by myself anyway. So I'm like, all right, cool. And then as we're getting, where I'm going to get off, the 10 onto, where did I get off at? I think I got off on 7th Avenue or 7th Street. I got off on, and I'm making my way in that direction. And he's texting the police like, okay, my friend's going to be waiting for me out front. That way I go, yeah, man, because it's dangerous out here, bro, for you to be by yourself and stuff, man. Like, he's like, yeah. And then he's like, now that I'm here, I really just, I want to just like go back home. I wish I could just go back home. I'm like, why? What's up? He's like, oh, nothing. I said, all right. And then we're pulling into the apartments. As we're pulling into the apartments, there's this old man standing out front. He's an old white man. This kid is a young Mexican kid and he's got broken English. And he goes, oh, there's my friend right there. And he's got the old white man. He's got a big old beard. He's probably in his 60s and he's got a little small puppy, like a chihuahua on a leash. And I'm like, that's your friend right there? He goes, yeah, if you could stop, please. And immediately when I looked, the aura and the energy of this guy did not hit me well. And I'm looking at him and I'm looking at the kid and he goes, thank you, sir. You have a good evening. And I said, yeah, you have one too. And it's one of those driveways where you could drive in a little bit to park, but it's got the wrought iron gate before you can get into like the parking of the apartments. It's closed, so you can just make a little U-turn right there. So I had to make a U-turn immediately to go back to get out because I can't go in. And so when I'm coming around to make a U-turn, I'm looking and I see the interaction of this little boy with this man. And he walks up to the man and it's weird because he walks up and they're just standing at each other from a distance about 5 or 6 feet. And then the man hands him the leash to the little chihuahua and he takes the leash and he starts walking along the little concrete sidewalk going into some apartments and the old man following him and just staring at him. They didn't hug, they didn't shake hands, they didn't greet each other, nothing. And I was like, what the fuck is this, dude? And the energy that I got was fucked up. I got some weird, dark energy out of that sat with me for weeks. When I got home right after that, because it was my last ride, I told my sister what happened. She's like, bro, why don't you call the cops? I said, I think that boy was selling himself to that man. I said, I think that little boy was selling himself to that man because something he was saying on the ride over there that he wanted a PS5, but he didn't have enough money. And his mom didn't have enough money because she could barely pay the bills. She's by herself with him. She don't have any family here or nothing. And she works a minimum wage job to keep the little small apartment and just get them groceries. And she don't have no extra money. So he works on the side doing side jobs of little odd jobs and stuff so he could save money to get a PlayStation 5 or whatever. And I was like, whoa. So when we get there and all this happens, I see the interaction, I'm leaving. I'm like, damn, dude, was he just basically, when he was saying he really didn't want to come, but his friend was bugging him and bugging him and bugging him. Yeah, but he wants me to come over. He wants me to spend the night. And I seen who his friend was. And I was like, no, dude, it don't look like an uncle of his. He didn't hug him. He didn't shake his hand. He rarely even made contact with the dude when he walked past him with the dog. And the old man was just staring at him up and down as he was following him into the apartment complex. Oh, shit. Hey, that's dope that Tom's number one. That's dope that Tom's number one. Finally, right? Finally got his ass. Hey, because I know earlier he was going to get him, right? He was like, hey, keep downloading the song so we can get him. But yeah, I just seen a lot of weird shit out here. And in this day and age, it's got kids thinking of shit that they should never think of, dude. It should never be in a kid's mind that they're going to go out there and do some crazy shit like that for money because they want something. But that's what this prostitution generation of female rappers has done, not only to the women, young women in the world, but the young boys. They've put the idea of prostitution and sex trafficking in their mind. They've sexualized these kids at young ages and it's fucking them up. And they are killing our motherfucking country from the inside out. They are killing our country from the motherfucking invasion. They are invading right under our eyes, right under our noses, and people are not even paying attention. The ones who need to be watching could give a fuck because they are part of it. They know exactly what's going on and they need it to fucking happen. And it just broke my fucking heart. That shit stayed with me for weeks thinking about that kid and what was possibly potentially going on with that interaction of that old man. And it just gave me real creepy, nasty fucking vibes, dude. And I told my sister that shit brought me to tears, man. I'm like, what if I would have just told that kid, hey, I'll just take you back home for free, you know? But obviously that man's not twisting his arm and they've done this before, you know what I mean? Which was even more fucking sad. And I was just like, wow, bro. And there's a lot of that. I was giving rides to a lot of kids and I could see stuff like that. And I'm just like, wow, dude. Like, you know, I mean, not all the time you would see that with the kids, of course. If I seen something where it looked like a kid or a person was against their will, which had happened one time with a woman that was being followed, and she told me that they were trying to traffic her and got into it at the fucking gas station. The dude started choking her on the side of my car, and some guy pulled a pistol on the fucking guys. They ran. The cops pulled me over. All kinds of shit happened, man. It's Phoenix, man. There's a lot of trafficking that goes on through here, drug trafficking, a lot of fucking human trafficking. This shit is deadly. A lot of people that play out here, a lot of people fucking around, man. A lot of people fucking around, man. And I thank you guys for tuning in with me, man. I thank you guys for being here. I thank you guys for watching. Just remember, keep your head on a swivel. Pay attention. If you're out there and you're carrying, you're in a mall, you're in a Walmart, you're at a gas station, a liquor store, and you got your piece on you, even if you don't, but be motherfucking mindful of what the fuck's going on. Be mindful. We got people walking the streets that are possibly trained, hand-to-hand combat, trained soldiers, and they're scoping us out. We are being scoped out as we speak, and we've been being scoped out for the last fucking, I don't know, year and a half, 2 years. I don't know. But they're watching. And they're fucking just laying in wait and they're fucking laying low. But keep an eye when you're out. You got your piece or you don't. Watch yourself. Pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to your environment. This shit could be systematically start playing out state to state here. Shit could start be playing out state to state here. We don't know. That could have been the first fucking domino to fall. This could be a mass plan going on, and that was the first motherfucking line on that list. That was the first check mark. That was the first domino. That was the first one to pop off. We don't know. Derek, much love to you guys, too, out there in Canada, man. Much love to the homies up there on the north side. I got a few Canadian friends out there in Edmonton and Vancouver and stuff like that. My phone's been going off, but I ain't heard it. And I'll tell you what, man, guys, more than ever, just know this. Before this, if Donald Trump wasn't going to become president, there was going to be issues. After this, if he doesn't become president, there's nothing to say. We already know what the fuck it is. We already know what the fuck it is. You know what I mean? We know what the fuck it is. We know what the fucking get down is. We know what the fuck it is. We know what's coming. And to the folks that are lost, they need to listen to people like us. Turbo Duran. Hey, thank you for coming in. Thank you for your interaction. Hell yeah. Randall, Big Mo, Boomcat, Derek. Hey, Appalachian Outlaw. Man, I appreciate you guys coming up in here. I appreciate this. This is like therapy every time I do it. And I'm really happy that Raider football's coming. I'm really happy for a little bit of a distraction, but even then I'm not distracted because my soul, like, you know, that reptilian fucking part of your brain or whatever they want to call it, right, knows what's going on even when I'm not paying attention. My energy senses it. My energy fucking senses it at all times. It's like my fucking instincts, they don't ever shut off. I can't shut them off. I just can't. And like I said, man, when we're out in public, pay attention to surroundings. When you're in your car, watch everything around you. People could be they could be starting to put people out in these certain big cities, maybe even small ones, and start hurting people. You know what I'm saying? They might start bombing shit, and then they're going to try to blame it on Trump supporters. Think about that. Think about if motherfuckers start shooting up things right now, malls and shit, with MAGA shit on and all this, and people are going to say it's Trump supporters, it's Trump supporters. They're terrorists, they're this, they're that. You know how that works. You know how they do it. It's the old classical gang shit. The way we used to do it back in the days, if you wanted to go get an enemy if you wanted to go into an enemy hood to get an enemy, you put on what they wear. And then when you get them, you drop the opposite color of the set that you're from. If you're a Crip, you drop a red rag. If you're a motherfucking Blood, you drop a blue rag. You feel me? If you're a Norteño, you drop a fucking blue rag. If you're a fucking Sureño, you drop a red one. Or then they don't do that. They don't give a damn. But you know what I'm saying? It's the art of war. It's just you try to always fool the person so they don't know what the fuck is coming or who did it. And that's all they're trying to do. That's all. We don't know what the fuck, but it could be a lot of shit at play here. Just keep your head on a swivel. Keep your eyes open. Keep your ears open. Eyes peeled. Keep your soul open. Don't allow them to brainwash you. Stay fucking positive. Stay moving forward. Keep your eyes on the motherfucking prize. And right now, the prize right now is making it through another motherfucking day without some stupid shit going on. But in the America we live in nowadays, it's almost all the time on deck. Some stupid shit is almost always on time and on deck. And with that being said, Raw and Uncut, Raider, Raw Raider, Rowdy Raider D. Yo, Raiders Rawport, we're all here. We ain't going nowhere. I'm going to keep popping this shit to you guys little by little. The closer we get to football season, I'm going to get more back into those videos. But right now, we got to hope that Trump is going to be able to outlast this. And we got to hope that he's going to be able to make it back up in there, because if he doesn't, this shit is done.